Hello everyone, this is Carlos, the running jackal, running in his neighborhood again in Victoria, BC, so I can see Mount Douglas looming up ahead in the grey light of morning. Yeah, my feet feel pretty good actually. I took my bike in to the store to have its spring tune-up, and the guy wasn't promising to have the job done before Tuesday. Morning. If you think this is quiet, pretty soon I'll be on the soft gravel and dirt trails of Mount Doug. Yep, that's what I've missed. The big trees. This is about 1 kilometer from my home. I'm just coming off Robin Wood, and I'll be on the trails, and then the Runkeeper app lady will remind me of 10 minutes. I hope this is a clean recording. I've had 2 or 3 attempts at making some contact with you guys, even before I left Spain. The last day of my stay in Spain, my last long run, I should say, I took my camera with me and my stick to try and record the definitive 20-minute video from the Senda in Cullera on my run, and everything was great. I had about 35 minutes of video clips to edit, and I spent a couple of hours with the iMovie app editing, and then after I got the finished video done, I went to Eddie's Bar to upload it to YouTube, and I made the mistake of, while I was there, downloading 3 or 4 hour-long documentaries from YouTube at the same time, and my poor old computer started to overheat and everything started to slow down. So I thought, oh man, I better close a few files down. Unfortunately, when I changed page on my computer, I lost my 94% completed upload to YouTube, and along with my space making project, I had deleted all the work that I had done on the iMovie folder to free up some more space on my hard drive, so the whole movie was lost. Unfortunately, it was gonna be really good. This should be my 10-minute reminder just around here.
Distance 1.50 kilometers. Average pace 6 minutes 37 seconds per kilometer.
So these shoes are my Saucony Kinvara trails, which I really love for rocks and dirt. They are the best. They're light but firm and flexible. Having to negotiate my first puddle. After my running in Haywards Heath, Skanes Hill, Sussex area, both my pairs of running shoes were caked in mud, so I had to clean them off in a bucket of water in my brother's backyard while I was watching his chickens peck around for food. This is the level that Norn Trail crosses. Not Norm, Norn, with two N's, Norn. This is where I start hiking on Merryman. So with a short pit stop in the parking lot, I'm now about 22 minutes into this climb. And as you can hear, I'm well and truly warmed up. Breathing heavy already. I did something this morning which I don't normally do. I had a wash in the machine and I thought, well, it spins the wash. I will ride my exercise bike in the basement to try and warm up my ankles a little bit before I started running. And I managed to get 10 minutes of warm up just before I went out the door. The spin finished, I hung the wash and I started running. Today I will have to pop in to the store to buy some fruit and vegetables and oatmeal. I ran out of porridge this morning. Yeah, Merryman is half runnable at this stage. It's about maybe 20-degree incline. Then it goes up to 35 for the hiking. But it is one of the quickest ways to the summit. Merryman Trail in the wettest of seasons is a creek bed. Higher up I will be seeing surface water. There's like a little pond halfway up, 3/4 of the way up. Irvine to the left and Merryman to the right. So this is wet dirt with some medium-sized boulders and rocks sticking through the trail. I can tell I'm back in the humidity of British Columbia just because my nose is streaming already. Something that I wasn't having to deal with in Spain. This is much more humid. It's a rainforest. Let's face it, not a tropical rainforest, but a coastal rainforest. That's why the trees grow so big here. No signs of humans yet. Apart from maybe way at the beginning. I think I said hello to somebody. This is definitely 45 degrees of climbing. I've got a little bit of a boulder outcrop. But these shoes have not let me down. Literally or figuratively, they have been good to any task that I have set them. Okay, real time 9 a.m. Pacific Daylight Saving Time. That's another thing that happened while I was away. They changed the clocks. So just as it was getting light at 7, now it's getting light at 8. But it is staying lighter for longer, which is good. And Derek wants to run with me this evening. So I will probably keep this run fairly short. Okay, my first tree that I have to climb over. Yep, this is exactly where I have to be. 2/3 of the way up Merryman. And there's a tree I have to go under. I think that has fallen since I was last up this trail. I must be quite fit because this never used to be a running section for me. But now I guess from doing the sender so much, my legs are used to this kind of effort level. Up. Yeah, I probably will run with Derek tonight and Graham or Sandy tomorrow. I'm not sure about that. I think they're giving me a little bit of time to get over my jet lag, which hasn't been too bad. I had a siesta yesterday afternoon from about 4 till 7. I slept quite soundly. Then I went to bed early. Yeah, this is the final ascent to the summit of Mount Doug. We'll get another another 10-minute reminder, which will be the half-hour point.
Distance 3.31 kilometers.
10 minutes.
Average pace 8 minutes 38 seconds per kilometer.
That's good. I thought it would be more like 10 minutes. But I guess it was 3-point-something kilometers in half an hour. Yeah, 3 even in half an hour would be 10-minute kilometers. So I guess I'm still working off my running averages earlier on before I started hiking. But here you can hear where Merryman Trail is Merryman Creek Trail. This water disappears under the surface a little further along and then reappears right at the bottom as it sails out into the Salish Sea, which is a section of the inner waterway that surrounds Vancouver Island. They have various names. Yeah. Georgia Strait, the Harrow Strait, the Sailor Sea, the Juan de Fuca Strait. Yep. They're just sort of navigation names for the shipping to have something to look for on their maps. I'm doing a little bit of bushwhacking here. Hopefully there's no blackberry thorns. Yeah, I should be down on the lower level. This is too overgrown. Okay, back on the lower section. That upper section, I think, is like a bypass trail if there's really a lot of water in the creek, which there isn't today. Just a little bit in that exposed rocky section. This is now above the Merryman Pond. Very soon I'll have the sky up ahead of me and the summit of Mount Doug. Excuse me. So far it's been pretty much continuous, real-time recording. I think I just stopped the recording briefly when I was in the bathroom. Two reasons, obviously. Body noises aren't very nice to listen to, and secondly, the echo of the bathroom kind of throws the recording levels somewhat. Okay, last little bit of Merryman Trail. There's a rocky gully here that is almost impossible to either run up or down because of the treacherous nature of the loose rocks underfoot. It's nice to be sweating again in a humid climate. The sweat stays on the skin. In a way, it gives you that reminder that you are working reasonably hard. It's one of the problems with dry climates. You don't notice how much water you're losing to the atmosphere. I'm pretty sure that Norman's going to be recording a show today, so watch out or listen out for a Run Norman episode. But like me, if he puts them out quickly, I should say, on Spreaker, they don't really involve very much editing, which is one of the advantages of Spreaker. The other Sony type recordings that we make need a little bit of auditing and editing unless you're confident that you've nailed it. I'm taking a slightly different summit approach here, heading towards where this trail meets with Kathleen's route to the summit trail. I see there are two summits here. I'm not sure if I'm heading to the one with the lookout tower. I think I am. It's like a crow's nest. I think I might well be at that level already. I'll just appear out of the bushes and there it will be. Yep. Up to the steps. Up the steps. Good. the city waking up on a lazy, hazy, crazy Saturday morning in March. Yep, this is the summit of Big Mount Doug. I'll do some more running on the backside as I descend to Whitaker, and then I'll run out towards the resort and then home on the Mount Douglas Creek Trail. So here I am, alone in the Crow's Nest Lookout Tower of Mount Doug. So now I head down safely if I can manage it. It's very easy to start on a non-starter trail at the top. A lot of attempts peter out. It's always good to take the main route out if you can. Yep. This is where these shoes are so good. They slip a little bit. It's like a controlled skid. Whereas my other shoes would be an out of control skid where you tend to accelerate as you start the skid. It gets faster. With these shoes, very soon the skid stops. Not sure what makes them so good, but they're noticeably better than anything else I've had recently. Maybe they've just stumbled across, excuse the pun, but they've probably stumbled upon some new formula for the sole, borrowed from nature more than likely, the underfoot tread of the lizard or something like that. That's what they look like, a little bit like lizard or reptilian tread pattern on the sole. Plus there's that famous rock guard which gives the sole a little bit of stiffness, which prevents you from feeling every single stone that you step on. Oh yeah, this is going very well. I'm looking forward to running with my friends this weekend, maybe tomorrow. As I say, I'll probably see Derek, but
Distance 3.91 kilometers. Average pace 10 minutes 12 seconds.
yeah, so
per
now I'm
kilometer.
coming down. I should be able to reduce that average pace back to the low 9s, maybe even 8 before I get off the mountain. Conditions are really good, actually. The last time I ran here, there was ice on the trail. And even with ice, these shoes behaved well. The only thing I don't like about them is their red laces. They look too much like, street shoes, not athletic shoes. But they certainly do perform well. That's all that matters to me. I still have a friend with a dog, a friend called Garfield, who wears odd shoes. He says, well, this left foot feels good on this pair, and this right foot feels good on the other pair. Hello. Is your dog friendly?
Yes, it is. Shy.
Shy.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that Clouseau thing. Does your dog bite?
Exactly.
No.
It's not my dog.
It's not my dog.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
good.
I'm just trying out these shoes.
How are they sticking?
Very well, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have
The
the...
Connie's?
Yeah. They're the Saucony Kinvara Trail.
Okay.
And they have a quite a unique trail pattern, which is almost lizard-like.
Yeah.
It really grips the rocks well. You slide, but you don't take off.
Yeah.
It's a controlled skid.
I'm always looking for a better compound on the sole because I'm
I
up
think
here
that's
every
what
weekend.
they've done
and-
with this one.
Yeah.
They've made it. It's harder, and it's got what they call a rock guard, which
Okay.
is like a stiff layer.
Yeah.
So you don't feel every single rock, but it
Right.
does flex enough.
Where did you get?
I think I got these at Front Runners.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah, the only thing I don't like about them is the red laces, but I guess I could switch
can change that out,
switch
yeah.
them out. Anyway, have a great day. That's what I like about recording. You never know who you're going to talk to. Oh, wow. Yeah. Using the branches to steady my progress somewhat. If you can grab hold of something, it's always reassuring. You know you're not gonna lose your vertical integrity if you're holding onto something with your arm. Even if your feet go away, you're not gonna lose your head, you're not gonna topple. You're just gonna hang at worst, gorilla style. I'm looking forward to watching a DVD tonight at home in front of the fire with my wife and my cat. The only thing is, I believe that the movie that Norma selected for us from the library is not a very good one, but I guess I'll watch it. Chick flick. Yeah. Nope, this is not the right side of this rock. I have to go down this side, otherwise I'm out on the moss. Well, maybe I've made a sale for the Saucony Trail shoe to that guy. He's always looking for new compounds to run with or to hike with. He had a very nice looking Rhodesian Ridgeback. One of my other friends has one of those dogs, and he said it's a good running companion. Long legs, short hair, medium-sized cranium. Okay, this is Dan and my little dilemma spot. You have to decide if I'm going to take the side trail, which is safer but less direct, or the middle trail, which tends to be. Oops. There we go. The shoe saved me again. It started to slip and I stopped. I'm almost on Whittaker now. I've decided at this very second to go off the mountain towards the Glendenning Trail so that I can pick up the items that I was mentioning earlier on. This will be one of those legendary grocery store runs. They see me go in there now and they know that I've just been running, so they're not curious why I'm puffing and panting and wearing shorts in the winter. But the owner of the store is quite considerate. She asks me if I'm walking home, and she packs the bags accordingly so that I have equal weight in either side. I don't run home, but it's nice not to have to keep changing hands with your groceries. This is the spot on Mount Doug where I found my very first green paisley bandana. And since then, I have either found, been given, or bought bandanas by the dozen. I normally have about 7 or 8 on the go. They have no color significance other than trying to match the color to what I'm wearing. That's about all. The only concession that I make. But running clothes are pretty bright the best of times. There was a trend in the last 4 or 5 years to go absolutely high-vis for running shirts. I kind of prefer the more muted colors, the olive greens and the deep blues, maybe a nice plum-colored shirt. That's one thing I have to say about Harriers. They do have a guy who does a lot for the club. One of his jobs is to look after the clothing locker, so to speak. All the branded Prairie and Harriers running gear is available from their website. Hello. 2 happy dogs.
Any dogs in trails are happy dogs.
It's true. I bet they sleep so well.
For the rest of the day.
Yeah, they keep quiet. Bye bye. I've forgotten how friendly the average British Columbian is. So I'm just coming up on the col between Big Mount Doug and Little Mount Doug, an area that most runners refer to as the saddle. Anybody who's been following my life's journey has probably heard me record on this area, this section of trail, maybe 6 or 7 times. 4.50.
Average pace 11 minutes 4
Ooh.
seconds per kilometer.
My hiking has caught up with me. It never really gets any slower than 12. 12 is my hiking pace, and 6 is my running pace on the flat. So anywhere between those 2 numbers. If it gets above 12, it probably means that I've been hiking for quite a while, and probably having had a couple of equipment breaks. There's another couple of happy dog walkers. Hi.
Hey.
First 2 women of the day. All the other acquaintances have been men higher up. Those girls are heading to the summit now. They look like true hiking veterans. Oh, better check my time. 9:30. Yeah, I was just wondering if I was too early for the grocery store, but no, I'm not. I'm just about perfect. I'll get there just before 10, and I'm sure they'll be open on Saturday. Probably at 9. Alright, the cave, and down Glendenning to the exit of the park. And then I've got some road to negotiate until I get back to the store. So it's going to be Mount Douglas Crossroad after Glendenning, and then the grocery store on Shelbourne. And then I walk back across Lambrick Park with my groceries. The next hike section, if I get one, I will check my pace. I'm curious to know if I've made up some of the lost time. Now I've got Canadian mud on my trail shoes. Yeah, I think there was a scare at one time about bringing dirt on your shoes from one agricultural zone into another. I think that was when there was that foot and mouth scare in Europe. You had to disinfect your shoes or something, or pack them hermetically. There's another person up ahead, another woman. I'm at the woman's zone. Ooh, I wonder what that was. Now I get to run downhill. Hello. Dog wants to run with me. Okay, so we've heard the 40-minute reminder. I arbitrarily punched one of my half-marathon workout routines, so I think it was supposed to be 8 kilometers easy. Yeah, definitely a dog party going on here. Yeah. This is going to be noisy. Hello. Hi. Hello. Bit of a dog party. Go on, up you go. Two groups of dog ladies and a third one coming up. Hello. Oh. That was a big golden retriever that suddenly changed course as it was bounding up towards me. Almost took me out at the waist. So Glendenning, yes, the rundown. This is where I should be speeding up, remembering not to swing my hand. It does kind of change your gait somewhat, but it does improve the recording no end if you don't have that swish swish sound all the time. So to all my friends, yeah, this is about where I have to say goodbye to you all from Glendenning Trail, running downhill, as you can tell by my speedy progress, we might catch the Runkeeper girl one more time on this recording before I say goodbye to you. Probably not for the last time this weekend, because I'm sure Derek is going to want to do some chatting with you this evening, but I'm not going to hold him to it. If he doesn't like the look of the rain, I won't mind if he doesn't want to run. I would feel obliged to run with him if he did. I'm not going to bail on him. Let's put it that way. I think that's the fairest way of doing it. Make sure I get 3/4 of a run in for my own pleasure. And if he wants to run a little more, then there'll be a second run today, which will give me, I don't know, I'm probably going to be up to about 7 or 8 hours by the end of Saturday, which is today. This is where the trail becomes Lorendinning the road. And then I'll do the little zigzag back to the store along Mount Douglas Crossroad. So Norman, yes, keep up the good work, and we'll have to plan something for the next week. Some kind of synergistic recording. It's kind of fun the other day when I recorded last and I was listening to you as I was recording my show. I guess from the time zones, you could listen to this after your Saturday run, or maybe before your Sunday run. I'm not sure what your long plans are, your long run plans are, but you did well the other day, running, I think it was 3 hours. Yeah, you got to think about fuel and food. Once you get into the 3-hour zone, you don't do a jackal. Big guys like you need way more fuel than little guys like me. Yeah, I'm running on the side of the road, which is like a riding trail for the horses. Hi, have a good run. Guy just about starting his Mount Doug run. They're going to do some work here. I can see they've sprayed some paint.
5.76 kilometers. Average pace 10 minutes 24 seconds per kilometer.
So that is 40 minutes, which is probably half an hour of recording. So I still have a little bit more of my allocated 48-minute slot to record. I'll do another time, another 10 minutes, and then I'll probably be walking into the store by then. Yeah, I'm anticipating my next 10-minute split to be around 8 minutes per kilometer. If I can continue at this pace, which is probably closer to 7.5, I will whittle away at that 10-minute average pace. smell of a little brush burn. Somebody is burning some damp brush from his property. It smells quite distinctive. Damp branches with leaves. But this area is zoned green, so they have the option of burning some of their slash, as they call it. They don't have to put it out in the garbage or recycle it. But Saanich, the municipality that I live in, is going to start a green collection. Turn now? Alright. So I was involved in a dog training lesson there. Running into the wind. Sorry, I can hear that. Just in my ears. Back on a little trail section. This will lead me to the back of Bow Park, which pops me out at Carol's store. Very soon I'll be ending this recording. I've just looked at my voice recorder and I have over an hour, which is more than I wanted to do. I'm not sure whether I'll edit 12 minutes out or not. We'll see. See how I feel. I'll listen to some of it, and if it's too noisy, I'll take some of the noisy bits out. Some of the traffic at the beginning. But failing that, I will just finish off by saying this is the Running Jackal back in his hometown of Victoria, BC, wishing you all a very happy and successful weekend of running. Bye-bye.